Okay, let's begin. Number 9, you must shower every day. For many people, a daily shower feels non-negotiable, a ritual tied to cleanliness, confidence, even identity. The idea is so ingrained that skipping just one day can make someone feel unkempt or socially unacceptable. But the belief that our bodies need a daily rinse is less about health and more about habit. Dermatologists point out that showering too frequently can actually strip the skin of natural oils, leading to dryness, irritation, and even disrupting the skin's protective barrier, unless someone is sweating heavily, working in dirty environments, or dealing with certain skin conditions. There's little medical reason to scrub down every day. In fact, the obsession with feeling fresh often comes from 20th century marketing campaigns by soap and shampoo companies who sold the idea of daily washing as a modern necessity. The irony is clear. What we've been told is essential hygiene may sometimes be the opposite. Overwashing can worsen eczema, dry out hair, and make skin more vulnerable to bacteria. Real hygiene isn't about following a rigid daily routine. It's about knowing when your body truly needs it. Number 8, hot water cleans better than cold. Most people instinctively turn the shower knob toward hot, convinced that higher temperatures mean a deeper clean. The steam, the heat, the almost scalding sensation, it all feels like germs don't stand a chance. But while hot water may feel like it's blasting away dirt, science tells a different story. The truth is that temperature alone doesn't make much of a difference. Germs and bacteria aren't eliminated just because water is warm. They require heat far beyond what human skin can tolerate. What actually removes dirt and microbes is friction, the act of scrubbing, and when needed, soap to break down oils. Studies have shown that washing with cold water is just as effective as hot, provided the technique is the same. So why do we cling to the belief? Partly because heat feels psychologically sterile, and partly because hot water is great at dissolving grease, which translates into the idea of cleaner. But for your skin, excessively hot showers can strip away protective oils and leave it dry or irritated. The comfort may be real, but the extra hygiene isn't. Number 7, antibacterial soap protects you more. The word antibacterial sounds reassuring, as if a simple squirt of specialized soap creates an invisible shield against illness. For years, ads have fueled the idea that antibacterial soap is a smarter, safer choice than regular soap, but the science doesn't back it up. Research has shown that antibacterial soaps are no more effective at preventing infections than ordinary soap and water. The key lies in the mechanics. Soap loosens dirt and oils that trap bacteria, and rinsing washes them away. The antibacterial additives, like triclosan, were once thought to offer extra protection, but studies found little benefit. Worse, concerns arose that these chemicals might contribute to antibiotic resistance and disrupt hormones. By 2016, the US FDA actually banned triclosan and similar ingredients from consumer soaps. The result is a surprising twist. The product marketed as superior hygiene turned out to be both unnecessary and potentially harmful. Today, plain soap and water remain the gold standard, simple, effective, and safer than anything labeled antibacterial. Number 6, public toilet seats are dangerous. Few places spark as much quiet dread as a public restroom. Many people hover, cover, or avoid the seat entirely, convinced it's crawling with disease. The idea that toilet seats are dangerous has become one of the most enduring hygiene fears. But the science paints a very different picture. Toilet seats aren't the germ hotspots we imagine. Most pathogens that cause illness, like cold and flu viruses or stomach bugs, don't survive long on hard, dry surfaces. Even if they did, the skin on your thighs is an effective barrier. For infection to occur, germs would need a direct pathway into the body, something a brief sit on a toilet seat doesn't provide. In fact, studies show you're far more likely to pick up harmful microbes from door handles, faucets, or even your own phone than from the seat itself. The real risks in a public bathroom come from poor hand hygiene, not where you sit. Ironically, avoiding the seat but skipping the sink afterward leaves you in far greater danger than the surface everyone fears. Number 5, hand sanitizer is better than soap. In crowded places, a quick pump of sanitizer feels like the fastest, strongest defense against germs. The alcohol sting, the instant drying, the clinical smell, it all signals clean. But while sanitizer is convenient, it doesn't actually beat the oldest method we have, soap and water. Sanitizers are effective against many microbes, especially when alcohol content is above 60%. They're excellent for killing germs on the go, but they have limits. They don't work as well when hands are visibly dirty or greasy, and they can't remove certain harmful substances like pesticides or heavy metals. Soap, on the other hand, doesn't just kill. It physically removes dirt, oils, and microbes by breaking them down and washing them away. That's the critical difference. Sanitizer reduces, but soap eliminates. Health agencies consistently recommend soap and water as the best defense whenever possible, with sanitizer as a backup tool. It's not about which is better in theory. It's about knowing when each one actually works. Number 4, earwax must be cleaned out. For many, the sight of earwax feels like a sign of poor hygiene, something to be removed with cotton swabs, candles, or even improvised tools. The belief is simple. Cleaner ears must be healthier. But in reality, earwax isn't dirt at all. It's part of the body's natural defense system. Earwax, or cerumen, traps dust, debris, and even bacteria before they can reach the delicate inner ear. It's slightly acidic, which helps fight off infections, and it slowly works its way outward on its own, carrying trapped particles with it. When people forcefully clean their ears, especially with cotton swabs, they often push wax deeper inside, risking blockages, irritation, or even damage to the eardrum. Doctors generally advise against routine ear cleaning unless there's a medical issue like impaction. In most cases, leaving earwax alone is not just safe, it's healthier. The myth of cleaner is better in this case flips the truth. The wax we rush to remove is exactly what's protecting us. Number 3, mouthwash kills all germs. The sharp burn of mouthwash feels like proof that it's wiping out every germ in its path. Swish, spit, and suddenly the mouth seems sterile, refreshed, and safe from cavities. But the reality is that no mouthwash can kill all germs, and trying to do so might not even be desirable. Most over-the-counter mouthwashes target bacteria linked to bad breath and gum disease, but they don't reach every corner of the mouth. Some bacteria survive, and that's not always a bad thing. The mouth, like the gut, has a microbiome, a balance of good and bad microbes. Overusing strong antiseptic rinses can disrupt this balance, sometimes drying out the mouth or even encouraging resistant strains to thrive. Dentists generally recommend mouthwash as a supplement, not a replacement for brushing and flossing. It can freshen breath and reduce certain bacteria, but it isn't a magic shield. The sting of alcohol in mouthwash might feel powerful, but what really protects oral health is still the simplest routine, a toothbrush and floss. Number 2, you need to wash clothes after every wear. Dropping worn clothes straight into the laundry basket feels like second nature. The assumption is simple. Once an item has touched your skin, it's dirty. But in most cases, the idea that every piece of clothing must be washed after a single wear is more habit than hygiene. Unless clothes are visibly soiled or sweaty, frequent washing isn't medically necessary. Fabrics like jeans, sweaters, or jackets can often be worn several times before needing a wash. Overwashing not only fades colors and wears down fibers, it also strips away natural oils from fabrics, leaving them looking older, long before their time. Even from a hygiene standpoint, many garments carry little more than skin cells and light body oils after one wear, hardly dangerous. Ironically, the always wash mentality can have bigger consequences outside the closet. It wastes water, energy, and detergent, creating an environmental footprint far larger than any health risk posed by re-wearing clean clothes. In many cases, letting clothes breathe between wears is the smarter, more sustainable choice. Number 1, the 5-second rule saves you. It's the excuse everyone has used at least once. If food hits the floor but is picked up within 5 seconds, it's still safe to eat. The rule turns a clumsy moment into a harmless one, but science shows that germs don't bother counting. Bacteria transfer to food the instant it touches a contaminated surface. The type of food and the surface matter far more than the time. Moist foods like watermelon pick up bacteria almost immediately, while something dry, like a cracker, may collect less. But in both cases, the 5-second window doesn't protect you. Studies have consistently shown that microbes don't wait politely before hitching a ride. The real danger isn't the clock, but the floor itself. A spotless-looking kitchen tile can harbor bacteria just as easily as a grimy carpet, depending on what's been tracked across it. The 5-second rule survives because it feels like a harmless loophole, a way to cheat contamination. But when it comes to food safety, the truth is blunt. If it touches the floor, it's already risky. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel.